There's a moment when you truly grow up. It's not your 18th birthday. It's not the day you move out. It's the day you finally look yourself in the mirror and realize that the only person on this entire planet who owes you anything is you. That was the day my life began. You remember? Italiano. I remember what it felt like to have no roof over my head, to have walked out of school with absolutely nothing to show for it. My dad, not on the scene. My mom, she had me when she was 17, a kid herself, figuring it all out on the streets of a tough city. And you can hold on to that stuff. You can build a whole house out of those bricks of resentment. But at some point, you've got to ask yourself, how long? How long are you going to keep telling that story? You're 20 now. You're 25. You're 30. How long are you going to keep leaning on the fact your mom was a teenager when she had you? That's her story. What's yours? The truth is, your mom doesn't owe you a thing anymore. Your dad doesn't owe you a thing. The world owes you nothing. You owe. You're the one who needs to go back and get your qualifications. You're the one who needs to get to college or start that business. It's your responsibility. Are you hearing me? The debt is to yourself. People ask me why I speak with so much fire, so much passion. They ask where the authority comes from. It comes from my life. This isn't something I read in a self-help book. I'm not quoting some guru. I am telling you what it feels like to eat out of bins, because you have no other choice. I had no business being that person. I'm telling you what it's like to sleep in abandoned buildings, freezing cold, praying you make it through the night. I had no business living that life, but my dad wasn't there. But my mom was young, but my neighborhood was rough. So what? That's a backstory. It's not an excuse. There is no excuse on earth good enough to justify not living up to every last drop of your potential. Not a single one. It's funny, isn't it? We expect guarantees from everyone else. You buy a product, and it comes with a 30-day money back. If it doesn't work, you're straight on the phone, demanding a refund, feeling cheated. You've got an attitude. You want what you were promised, but have you ever demanded a refund from yourself? Have you ever had the guts to stand in front of that mirror and say, "You let me down. You promised me more than this, and you didn't deliver"? No. It's terrifying, isn't it? It's so much easier to point the finger. My boss is the reason I'm not successful. The economy is the reason I'm broke. My partner is the reason I'm unhappy. Have you ever looked at yourself? Really looked, and said, I'm the one not getting out of bed on time. I'm the one strolling into work late. I am the one giving 60% when I am getting paid for 120. Let me down. That's the conversation you need to have. I value myself enough to give everything I've got, or I don't do it at all. That's the standard. You want to hold the world to account, but you won't hold yourself to account. You're clocking in at 50% effort and you think you deserve 100% of the reward? You owe yourself an explanation. You need to look that person in the mirror right in the eye and ask, what's wrong with you? Why are you only giving half of what you've got? You need to put yourself on notice. Tell yourself no more telly until the work is done. No more scrolling on your phone. No more takeaways. No more to boost not. Right now. We're working out. We're studying. We're building. You need to have that difficult chat with yourself and say, you owe me. You promised me a better life than this, and it's time to pay up. I don't care where other people are. I don't care how far ahead they seem. I will get there. Why? Because I owe it to myself, and the only person who can stop me is me. So, you need to bend those excuses. You need to stop pointing fingers and turn that finger right back around at yourself. What did you fail to do? What opportunity did you let slide? And look, I'm not even asking you to fix it all overnight. I'm just asking you to acknowledge that you're holding onto something that is poisoning you from the inside out. You wake up with it, you go to sleep with it. It's a cancer in your spirit. And you can't wait for someone else to come and cure you. You can't wait for an apology that's never going to come. You can't wait for the world to change. You have to do it. There are incredible things waiting for you. A whole life you can't even imagine right now. But you've got to let this go first. Let go of the bitterness. Let go of the anger. You had options. You could have chosen to be resilient. You could have chosen to be determined. But you chose to be bitter. And now, it's destroying you. I remember when people who knew me back in the day saw the change. They said, he was always driven, but something shifted. The moment he went and dealt with his past, the moment he forgave his father, he just took off like a rocket. Are you ready to let that thing go? For good? You have no idea how much time you've got left on this earth. I've been there. I had to get in a car and drive 700 miles. I had to stand on his doorstep and knock on that door. Not for him. For me, I had to let it go. I remember screaming at the sky, asking God, why do I have to be the one to make it right? He's the one who left. And the answer came back clear as day. Because it's your life, and you can't afford to wait for anyone else to fix it for you. The reason most of you are struggling is because you don't know who you are. You walk into a room and you feel small because you're re-intimidated by people who are living their truth. Once you figure out what you're here for, once you know your purpose, you'll walk into any room on earth and look anyone in the eye. Not because you're better than them, but because you are secure in who you are. You're still walking around with a label someone else stuck on you when you were a kid. It's time to rip it off. Write your own story. Make it so clear and so loud that it drowns out all the other noise. And get around people who get it. Stop hanging around with people whose only topic of conversation is other people. You should be talking about your vision, your plans, your ambitions. You should be obsessed with how you're going to blow up, not with who's dating who. You're hanging around with people who are heading for trouble, and you're wondering why you keep finding yourself in trouble. You're listening to music that talks about death and destruction, and you're shocked when your life feels like a battlefield. Start listening to life. Start surrounding yourself with growth. There's a story about a young man who wanted to be rich. He went to find a wise old guru and said, I want to be on your level. I want the success you have. The guru looked at him and said, if you're serious, meet me at the beach tomorrow morning. 4 o'clock. The young man was confused. The beach. I want to make money, not go for a swim. The guru just repeated, 4 a.m. If you want it, be there. So the kid turns up, 4 a.m., wearing a flash suit, ready to talk business. The old man takes him by the hand and asks, how badly do you want to be successful? The young man replies, more than anything. The guru says, right then, walk into the sea. He walks out into the water, up to his waist. He's thinking this is mad. The guru tells him, a little further, eh? Go as deeper. Suddenly, the old man grabs the back of his head and shoves it under the water. He holds him down. The young lad is panicking, kicking, scratching, fighting for his life. The guru is relentless. Just as the young man is about to black out, the guru yanks him back up, gasping for air. He looks him in the eye and asks one simple question. When you were under that water, what was the one thing you wanted more than anything else? The lad, choking and spluttering, says, I wanted to breathe. The guru nods. When you want to succeed as badly as you wanted to breathe right then, only then will you be successful. And that's the truth of it. Most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't really want it. You just kind of want it. You don't want it more than you want to go out on a Friday night. You don't want it more than you want to look cool in front of your mates. You definitely don't want it more than you want to lie in bed in the morning. Some of you don't want success more than you want sleep. And that's why, when you're studying or working and you get tired, you Huskit, listen to me. Don't cry to give up. Cry to keep going. You're already in pain. You're already hurting from the struggle. You might as well get a reward for it. Don't you dare go to sleep until you succeed. I'm here to tell you that you can come to these events. You can jump around, get excited, feel the hype, but you will never, ever be successful until you don't need anyone else. Ask money or motivation to do what you were born to do. When I went to uni, there were people there miles smarter than me. Strata students from the best schools. Most of them aren't doing what I'm doing today. Why? Because it's not about where you come from. It's not about how smart you are. It's about heart. You get to a point where being clever isn't enough. You have to have grit. The most important thing is this: to be able, at any moment, to sacrifice who you are for who you are destined to become. Some of you can make sacrifices, but only when it's convenient. You're happy to put the work in on a Tuesday night when there's nothing on the telly. But the minute the big match comes on, the minute your favorite series drops a new episode, bam, you're gone. I'm telling you now, there are people listening to this who would be wildly successful if they just gave up their phone. But that phone is more important to you than your future. The hours you spend scrolling endlessly could be the very hours you need to build your empire. That phone brings you nothing but a bill and a distraction, but you've been convinced you can't live without it. I'm talking about going deep, giving up the things that feel comfortable, being able, at any moment, to sacrifice what you are for what you could become. I get up at 3 in the morning. Why? Because the world is silent. It's easier to be focused when your environment is focused. Most of you wake up chasing money. Listen to me carefully. If you would just focus on making yourself better, the money would come chasing you. If you improved yourself as a person, your value would increase. And money always follows value. Look at how people treat their money. That's how I treat my time. I make sure that in every 24-hour period, I am stacking up wins. I'm meant to do this at this time, that at that time, and I do it. The problem for most of you is you wake up and you worship money. You're chasing something that they literally print every single day. They can always make more money, but they cannot make more time. Nobody is printing time. I've never met a billionaire or a trillionaire who can buy an extra hour in the day. So why are you spending all your energy on the thing they can print and ignoring the one thing that is finite and irreplaceable? It's because you're not developing yourself. You're following the herd. The moment you realize that time is the real currency and you don't have an infinite supply, you start to focus. And when you get your time right, the money comes. I work on myself constantly. I'm always learning, always growing. Why? Because when you master yourself, you put yourself in a position where you can do things that very few other people can. You become rare. And what are diamonds? They're just rare stones. That's why they cost so much. If you would just become rare, instead of trying to be like everyone else, your value would skyrocket. But you're too busy trying to fit in. When you become unapologetically you, when you become rare, you become priceless. When you leave this place today, I want you to take full ownership. The reason I always say, it's my fault, even when it isn't, is because the moment I say it's your fault, I give you power over my life. I'm giving you control, and I will never, ever give another human being that much control over me. It's my fault. It's my problem. And that means I am the one who will find the solution. Average people can't forgive. Average people can't let go of a grudge. But the great ones, who do whatever it takes. We know that our peace of mind is worth more than being right. Those who have a powerful why can bear almost any how. How did I become #1 in the world at what I do? It started when I found out my wife had multiple sclerosis. The doctors told her she had MS. Then they told her she'd have to quit her job. That's when the tears came. The doctor was confused. You have insurance. Why are you crying? But for my wife, her identity was tied up in her work. She trained her whole life to be a nurse, to help people with cancer. She didn't want to be at home. She loved what she did. It was her calling. When they told her she had to stop, she was lost. I asked her, "How much do you make a year?" She told me. I did the maths. That amount times the 30 years she had left to work. It came out at 1.8 million. From that day on, I woke up every single morning hunting 1.8 million. I'm not #1 because I'm the best speaker, or the best dressed, or because I use the fanciest words. I'm not #1 because of my background. I am #1 because I got up every single day and I hunted down that 1.8 million, so that my wife would never have to worry about working another day in her life if she didn't want to. That became my why. So if you're waking up every day because you want a Rolls Royce, you're never gonna beat me. If your dream is a Bentley or a gold chain, you don't stand a chance. Because you are chasing stuff. You are chasing material possessions. I'm chasing my wife's health. I'm chasing my family's security. I'm fighting for my high school sweetheart. I'm fighting so my kids can have their mom healthy and happy. I'm fighting to keep her out of a wheelchair, to stop her from losing her sight, to protect her memory. I started studying MS. Like I was the one who had it. Your problem is you're not studying your craft like your life depends on it. You're just playing with it. I studied and found out two of the biggest triggers were stress and a lack of vitamin D. So first, I had to remove the stress. That meant making enough money so she didn't be to work. Then, I literally typed into a search engine, what is the best place in the world for vitamin D? The answer came back, Southern California. What's the place with the most stable, perfect temperature in the United States? San Diego. So, I said, right? San Diego? I'm coming for you. People asked me, you're moving all the way out there? Why? I didn't care about San Diego. I cared about my why. I cared about my wife. And after our first year there, she said to me, you know what? I never took a single nap the entire time we were in California. The sun just energized her. So, you want to come after me? The reason you keep getting knocked down and staying down is because your why isn't strong enough. The beating that life is giving you is more powerful than your reason for getting back up. When life punches you and you feel that pain, if your reason isn't deep enough, you'll just stay on the canvas. Because, make no mistake, if you're chasing millions, if you're chasing greatness, life is going to beat you down. So if you feel that pain and you don't have a why that's bigger than the pain, boosts, stay down. But if you have something, someone, that means more to you than the pain you're feeling, you will get up every single time. Through every trial, through every tribulation, I will my way through it. Cancer, I will my way through it. Miss, I will my way through it. Struggling at uni, trying to get a degree, I will my way through it. Failed the exam, go again. Failed the interview, go again. You will your way through it. Some things in life, you can learn the skills for, but some things you just have to force your way through with pure stubborn will. Without a vision, you have no direction. And without direction, there's no progress. The reason you can be bothered to get out of bed in the morning is because you don't have anything worth getting out of bed for. It's time to let go. Let them go. Let that person go. They don't deserve to have that much power over your future. I know they hurt you. I know what they did. But let it go. They only have power over you because you are still holding on. Stop being average. If someone did you wrong, if they hurt you in a way that feels unforgivable, that's fine. Cut them off. Leave. But whatever you do, don't stay with them and keep throwing that dirt in their face every single day. Let it go or leave. Don't poison yourself and them by trying to do both. The problem for many of you isn't your enemies. It's the people you love. You're not where you're supposed to be because you keep stopping and going back for people who aren't on the same journey. You're trying to babysit people who have chosen to walk when you were given a horse to ride. God is telling you to leave them. It's not your job to save them. I know you love them. But you were called to do what you were called to do, and they are not part of that specific mission. I'm on the phone with billionaires who are saying, come on, we need you over here. We're changing the world. But I'm spending half my time on the phone with broke-minded people trying to convince them to get their act together. God is saying, just go. If they are meant to be there, I will get them there. If they're not, you can't drag them. Some of you should be ashamed of yourselves. And I say that because I be Ben Terry. You are nowhere near where you are capable of being. Sure, if you compare yourself to your brother or the people you grew up with, you're probably doing all right. But that's not the measurement. The yardstick isn't your cousin or your parents. The yardstick is your own potential. And I can be this honest, this raw, because I'm not a slave to your opinion of me. I'm human. I've struggled. I've been hurt. I haven't had a perfect life. This is what really happened, and you connect with it because it's real. So you need to focus. Pick one thing. Find your gift. Stop spreading your energy across 10 different projects because you think you need more money. Stay right here. Get so good at your one thing that the world has to pay attention. You want your spouse to love you? Be predictable in your character. Be a rock. Be consistent. Stay right here. I'm taking ownership. I'm not saying what happened to you was your fault, but I am saying that finding the solution is your responsibility. You owe it to yourself to let that stuff go so you can become the person you were always meant to be. Some of you are drowning in pride. That's why you're stuck. Let your ego go. You need to let go of the grudge you're holding against someone else for what they did to you. Do you think I wanted to let my biological father off the hook? The man who left me and my mum. The man who I knew my whole life, just as a friend of the family. I saw him at family events with my gran, my aunties, my cousins. I just thought he was a mate of theirs. I had no idea he was my dad. And when I finally asked him why, he blamed my mother, and every part of me wanted to explode. But I took that answer, and I chose to take the rest of my life and be happy. So I want you to say it with me. I can. I will. I must. Come on. This is your life. You should be more excited about it than I am. Say it. I can. I will. I must get past this. It is our time. It is our turn. I will my way through every situation, every trial. I don't care if it's cancer. I will my way through it. I don't care if I'm struggling in school. I will my way through it. I willed my way through homelessness. I willed my way through getting my qualifications. I willed my way to a PhD. I will myself to a long and happy marriage. I will my way to being a better father. Will. I must start. Now, you have to be honest with yourself. The reason a lot of you don't want to face reality is because you'd rather cling to a comfortable lie than face an uncomfortable truth. You already know that relationship is a dead end. You already know your boss is never going to give you that promotion. You're just scared to quit and start your own thing because you don't know if you'll succeed. You know you shouldn't still be in that job right now. You're living in a delusion, hoping that one day it'll all magically work out. It won't. You're going to have to leave. Rich people don't waste time. They understand it is their single most valuable commodity. They don't watch hours of telly. They're not scrolling through endless entertainment. If they're not working, they're studying their craft. They're getting better. You have to stop having a poverty mindset. When I quit my job to go out on my own, my mom panicked. What are you doing? You're going to embarrass me. You have a wife and kids. Does this new venture have a pension? Does it have health insurance? And I had to say to her, Mom, I love you to bits, and I'm not being disrespectful, but you can't teach me how to be a millionaire, because you're not one. You come from a generation where you work for a wage, and I am grateful for the values you taught me, but I cannot accept your work ethic, because rich people don't work for money, they think for money. Poor people clock in and say, I make this much per hour. Rich people say, I employ them, and I make this much per hour from their work. You are working for your family. They have 40 people like you working for them at the same time. They give you 20% of the value you create, and they keep the other 80%. So you have to decide, are you going to keep being part of the 99%? Or are you ready to do what it takes to join the 1%? When you want this thing as badly as you want to breathe, you will find a way. A real man, a real woman, does the work in the dark. When nobody is watching, that's when they're putting in the hours. A true champion studies the game when the coach isn't even there, because they love the process. Real lions love the hunt. If you want to be a champion, if you want to unleash that beast inside you, you are going to have to go through something. Crisis is not a permanent state. It's just a season. And the key to life is simply outlasting the season. If you can just stay warm long enough, summer will eventually come. The season for you to leave that job has arrived. Why? Because there's a better one waiting for you. Life has to close one chapter to open a bigger one. Get ready. What will you do with your pain? Will you let it break you, or will you let it redefine you? Everybody has a dream, but for so many of you, your beast mode is switched off. It's on idle. If you can learn to flip that switch on and keep it on, your life will go to a level you cannot even comprehend. Recycle your pain. When you get a plastic bottle, you don't know its history. This plastic could have been something else entirely before this. It was broken down and remade into something new. That is what you must do with your pain. Every obstacle, every hater, every trial, every tribulation. It's all just raw material. When people ask me for the one thing, the secret to my success, I tell them this: I outlasted the pain. When I was sleeping in those abandoned buildings, I kept telling myself, one day, you will own your own home. When I was kicked out of school, primero told myself, this is not the end of the story. This high school dropout label will not define me. Every single day I woke up in the cold, I told myself, one day it will be my day. But that day will never come if I give up today. So I recycled my pain, my faterwasenti in my life until I was 30. But I told myself, one day, you will be the father you never had. My mom and I went years without speaking, but I told myself, one day, we will have a great relationship again. What will you do with your pain? Will you let it break you, or will it redefine you? You are not one-dimensional. What made the greatest athletes great wasn't just their attack. It was their defense. They could score 30 points, and they could shut you down completely. They could play the whole game, end to end. If you are not where you want to be in your life financially, emotionally, physically, it's because you have settled in a place called convenience. Your problem is you're a one-trick pony and you're trying to build a whole life on it. So what if I'm the #1 motivational speaker in the world? Am I the #1 father? My kids don't care about YouTube. My wife doesn't care about my career. She cares about her husband. When I get home, I have to switch all that off. I walk in the door, and I'm not the public figure anymore. I'm Eric. She married Eric. If you continue to believe your best days are behind you, you will never reach what is ahead of you. So right now, what is it that you need to let go of? Don't play games. Write it down. What do you need to leave behind so you can become part of that 1%? Wealth is a mindset, not an amount in your bank account. The wealthy are simply willing to do what the poor are not. Your problem is you got comfortable. You got lazy. You lost your hunger. I told you I wake up at 3 in the morning. I am willing to do what others won't, so I can live how others can't. My ancestors were up at that time, forced to work in the fields under the most brutal conditions just to survive. And you have the opportunity to become a multimillionaire. And your work ethic is worse than theirs. You've got a t-shirt that says I'm a boss, but you're rolling out of bed at 9 o'clock. That's not a boss. A boss is up, watching the 3A.M. news. Boyetin. Some of you didn't even know the news was on at 3A.M. The one that the billionaires watch. You say someone like Warren Buffett is successful because of his background? No. He is successful because of what he does. He reads for 6 hours. Every single day. So when he makes a decision, it's based on 42 hours of reading that week. You haven't read a thing, and you're making life-changing decisions based on something you saw on a reality TV show. He's binge-watching the financial records of General Motors from 1956, because that was their best year. You're binge-watching power. And then you have the cheek to say the system is racist. I need you to get crystal clear about your future. The only reason you are still breathing is because you have work left to do. You are not a boss because you complain about the person who guarantees you a paycheck every month. If you don't like what they're doing, why are you still there? Go and build your own thing? You can do it too. But your problem is, you don't live like a 1%er. If you want to break generational cycles of poverty and failure, if you want to be the first in your family to truly achieve something monumental, you must stay hungry. You're holding on to good memories from 5 years ago that are holding you back from creating great memories tomorrow. Let them go. What's next? What are you getting ready for? You have this gigantic goal, but you have no steps to get there. This is my year. How? What's the plan? If you can't measure it, it isn't real. Keep your dreams phenomenal, but now you need to make your work ethic phenomenal. Your schedule needs to be phenomenal. Your words, your heart, your actions, everything must be phenomenal, so you can earn that phenomenal life you dream about. And when that voice inside you tells you to quit, you look it dead in the eye and you say, I am not going anywhere. I will break you before you break me. You have been through too much hell to quit now. The tension, the struggle, the pain you went through. That wasn't to break you. That was to build you. Greatness is forged in pressure. Stop running from it and run towards it. Obsession means wanting to succeed as badly as you want to breathe. It's not a hobby. It's not a wish. It's air. You go without it for a few seconds, and it's over. You go to bed with it. You wake up with it. It's the first thing on your mind, and the last thing at night. I haven't used an alarm clock in 20 years. My passion wakes me up. My drive wakes me up. What wakes you up? Why are you even in this game? Stop trying to get other people to invest in your dream. Create your own fund. Bet on yourself. Put all your chips on you. Because when you're playing with someone else's money, it's too easy to walk away when it gets hard. You need to build your foundations. Your character. Inaurikan. The flimsy houses get blown away, but the tree with deep roots remains standing. Why? Because it grew down long before it grew up. Most of you are just trying to grow up fast, so you look good. But the moment a storm comes, you get knocked over. Get your character right first, because that is the only thing strong enough to hold the weight of the success you're about to receive. You have no standards. That's why you're stuck. You can't get to the next level if you keep compromising on who you are. There's a standard for greatness. I can give you all the secrets to my success. I can tell you everything I've done. But the one thing I can't do for you is the work. I can't grind for you. And if I'm giving you the blueprint, and I'm getting up at 3 a.m., what time are you going to have to get up? Find your unique gift. Stop trying to do what everyone else is doing. Let them all go and compete to be doctors and lawyers. My gift is pouring into people, and I'm going to milk that for everything it's worth, even if the world doesn't value it at first. Some of you are chasing careers you don't even want, because you want the approval that comes with it. When you're not right on the inside, you attract the wrong things on the outside. But once you heal yourself, once you know your worth, you can walk into any room and own it. I walk into corporate boardrooms now, and I know they don't want me there with my style, my background. But I'm here, and there's nothing they can do about it. And they will listen, because even if you don't love my clothes, I love me. And I love me so much that by the time I'm done, you're going to love me too. A millionaire isn't someone with $1 million in the bank. A millionaire is someone with a certain way of thinking. You don't have £1 million because you think like someone in poverty. If you made the same money this month as you did last month, what does that mean? It means you didn't grow. Stop just existing, waking up like an accident. Decide what you want. What do you want in your marriage with your kids? In your health? How much money do you want to make? What do you want to drive? And once you know exactly what you want, spend the rest of your natural life waking up every single day and going after it with everything you've got. Stop hanging around people who are weaker than you because it makes you feel comfortable. Iron sharpens iron. I want to be around people who drive nicer cars, who are smarter than me, who are doing bigger things. Why? Because they will stretch me. They will push me to be better. I dare you to get around some other lions. I'm talking to the person who has failed that exam over and over. I'm talking to the one who feels like all hope is lost. If you are still alive, you have something left. Try 1,000 times, then you can come and talk to me about not being good enough. Whatever knocked you down, you need to tell that thing. You cannot keep me here. Everybody wants the destiny, but nobody wants to disappear for 6 months and eliminate every single distraction to focus on themselves. A man is rewarded in public for what he does in private. The reason it hasn't happened for you yet is because you're not willing to do the work behind closed doors. You'll talk about it, plan it, read about it, go to the conference, but at some point, you have to shut the door, do the work, and come back and shock every single person who ever doubted you. You have unfinished business. Go back to where you left off, but with a new perspective. Go back to the gym. Go back to that business plan. You just need a new game plan. Stop praying for the storm to pass over you. Pray for the strength to grow through the storm. What you go through, you grow through. Some fights are not won in the first round. You need endurance. Resiliency says, I belong here, and I deserve another shot. The race isn't given to the swift or the strong, but to the one who endures until the end. I want you to live the life you were meant to live, not the life that was handed to you. People only change when they get sick and tired of the level they're on. When you're eating out of bins, you say, enough is enough. The problem is, some of you are happy being broke. You've got content. You're not transitioning because you're okay with where you are. I want to be a living example that it doesn't matter where you start. The only thing that matters is where you decide to finish. I took every single class seriously. I understood that the gateway to all success is through knowledge. They can give you a certificate at the end, but make sure when they do, you can tell them you started with nothing but the will to succeed. Your time is coming. Keep believing. Keep fighting. Don't just watch. Go out and prove them wrong. Thank you for being part of the journey. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.